Yo, what's up everybody? It's your boy Sir Splash. So today, unfortunately, this video I recorded with my homie GB, and it was awesome. We got real in depth with it. We went over everything that needed to be gone over of every part they messed up in the death battle, but unfortunately it looks like Screw Attack or Death Battle, whatever you want to call them, hacked me or something because the audio came out real choppy. So this won't have as much energy as my first time recording. However, I'm still going to bring the facts. I'm still going to let you guys know. Shout out to my boy GB for helping me research this. He's a big Booster Gold fan, so it's fun working with him because, you know, pretty much no one knows anything about Booster Gold, but he does. So yeah, I'm going to go over the parts they messed up, and I hope you enjoy. So first off, going over physicality, both were lowballed to like planetary star level. That's simply not the case. We know Booster Gold's physicality can scale above even the likes of Hal Jordan. The reasoning for this would stem from Sun-amped Zod family. Booster Gold was easily able to take attacks from and contend with, and this Zod, who's Sun-amped, was able to beat up Hal Jordan. Hal Jordan had to come back re-amped, but this Hal Jordan at this point in Rebirth, according to GB's research, basically willpower personified, and it's crazy the fact that Booster, you know, was able to take hits from this Zod. There was an issue, well, actually 3 issues in which Booster Gold was actually capable of contending with and just straight up brawling with Doomsday for like 3 issues. Wasn't even a short fight. They actually went at it. Several occasions he's been able to tag the likes of the Flash or members of the Flash family due to his technology. So he does have very impressive speed feats, physicality feats, durability, all of that. Now Cable, on the other side of things, is no physical slouch either. He's been able to take hits from Hulk. He's been able to physically contend with Apocalypse, even beat the crap out of Apocalypse, who's an absolute monster. Been able to fight the likes of High Evolutionary, armies of Thors, all that good stuff. And he's been able to easily swap hands with, if not beat him. He's gone toe-to-toe with Silver Surfer. They actually were pretty dishonest about the Silver Surfer fight. They made it seem like when Cable fought Silver Surfer, Cable was going all out against Silver Surfer, and that Surfer didn't care. And the moment when Surfer did care, he one-shot Cable. That's not actually how the battle went. So Silver Surfer ran up on Cable, and Cable's like, dude, chill out. Can't believe they called you in. I'm not really interested in fighting you. And they're going back and forth. You know, a lot of things are getting destroyed. So during the battle, while Cable doesn't even want to fight Surfer, even though Surfer's trying to put him down, Cable, while fighting Silver Surfer, is simultaneously refixing and repairing everything they're destroying in this battle. So he's doing multiple things at once, going against the Surfer, trying to put him down. Not to mention the fact that he doesn't even want to fight Surfer, and even then he was able to completely shatter his board, and then eventually Surfer was able to catch him. But like the fight was nowhere near what it was characterized as by Death Battle. They did this for a couple fights for both of them where they completely misled people with the battle. So the funny thing about the Booster Gold edit that GB pointed out, he said when he was watching it, you know, they compared Booster Gold to Flash. They showed him on panel, like after the Flash, like coming after the Flash, but they blotted out the text box where Booster Gold said, slow down. Like, I'm trying to catch up, please slow down. And Flash slows down. Like, they purposely blocked that out. GB thought it was incredibly dishonest, and it was a bit weird too because there's definitely scaling for Booster Gold to be on Speedster level, and using that scan and then lying with that scan and like editing stuff over the box that clearly gives context is dishonest and unnecessary if you did proper research. Moving on, the next like major category that they absolutely was just terrible on was telepathy. So they scaled both Booster Gold and Cable to planetary when it comes to telepathic related stuff. This is absurd. So I'll go over Cable. Cable's actually one of the superior telepaths in Marvel Comics. He casually scales to like Professor X, Jean Grey, Emma Frost, and even scales above them. In fact, he was able to take on X-Man multiple times with psychic battles, energy battles. This very X-Man was stated to have the power to actually tear apart passively the fabric of the astral plane, the metaphysical astral plane, and just completely destroy it with his telekinesis. That definitely scales above planetary. Like, they're a bunch of idiots with this one. He scales to Jean Grey, should at least, when Jean Grey was Dark Phoenix. The reason this is important is because Dark Phoenix was just as big of a threat as a Macan crystal, which contains all of reality within it, so infinite dimensions. And Dark Phoenix was on that level, which Cable should scale to and stated to scale to. Also, Cable's fight with X-Man was so crazy that the likes of Jean Grey and especially Professor X were affected passively by this battle mentally, like they were getting damaged. In fact, Professor X compared it to someone was drilling in his skull. And keep in mind, Professor X isn't even in this battle. Like, straight up is not even a part of it. But he's getting affected by it. That's how crazy the mental battle between Cable and X-Man was. This is crazy because Professor X has been shown to somewhat scale to Thanos in Mind Hacks. As well, on top of this, he was able to battle Dark Phoenix pretty well in the classic Claremont run, one of the best X-Men runs ever. But he battled Phoenix, and it was stated that their battle was fought across every plane of reality itself. So infinite realities, infinite planes of existence. That's what their battle raged on. The reason this makes sense is because Phoenix Force is the accumulated sum of psionic energy and creation. So that makes sense. And the fact is, Cable does blatantly scale to this. In fact, Cable is such a beast that he was considered a threat to Onslaught. Onslaught was able to absorb and then use the power of the likes of Franklin Richards. That just shows you how powerful Cable is with telepathy. So him being planetary and AP with telepathy is absolutely absurd. They also just like lazily scaled Booster Gold to this level. That's actually really stupid. Booster Gold, while he doesn't like regularly contend with telepaths or anything the likes of that, he has been shown to be able to resist Starro. Not only that, it was multiple Starros, like an army of it, swarming him, and he resisted it and them latching on. He was more concerned physically than he was mentally because of his suit. His suit clearly has telepathic resistance. This is crazy because with Starro's been able to actually just one Starro attach to Justice League members and mind hacks them. This would include the likes of like Superman, Shazam, these type characters, Hal Jordan, or just Green Lantern in general. I don't remember which Green Lantern it was, but even Martian Manhunter, who has, GB explained in the first audio, capable of attacking beings like Mr. Mixie with his mind hacks, got mind hacks by Starro, and Booster Gold was more concerned about the physical effects, not actually mental effects. He was fine. So he massively scales above planetary and telepathic resistance. Now, where me and GB kind of discussed is that a couple things here. Obviously, they completely downplayed both sides of this battle. My personal opinion on why they do this is I feel like they're scared to scale these massive feats. Like, they don't want to be called wankers or upscalers or just blatantly inaccurate, because you could scale Cable's mind hacks to infinite realities, infinite dimensions. Likewise, the defense of Booster Golds to these levels, even Outerversal. And instead, what they do is they try to keep it really low end for both, and which is dishonest. That's not their like peaks. And they try to add in calcs and like zetatons, teratons, all that to make you impressed, make you think, wow, they're really calculating, wow, they're really doing math. No, they're actually avoiding simpler math, which is, what would you rather do? Calculate a blast that destroys the planet and give that? Or give the accurate feat of when they're actually trying, like, universes are endangered, or characters that can tank universes breaking, being destroyed. That's a lot simpler for me, instead of using like teratons or whatever for a planetary feat that's actually irrelevant in the grand scheme of things, for me to just present to you, hey, look, clearly they scale to entire dimensions, higher dimensions. It's well above planetary, well even above universal. That's very easy. It's not that complicated of a matter, and in fact, it's directly in the comics, so it's like less assumptuous. It's not a dangerous thing to do. yet they try to stay away from it, and they come off with wonky, inaccurate, lowballed scaling for both. What I will say is, physically, I think Booster Gold takes the edge. He might even potentially be able to blitz Cable. He has a couple, physical advantages, a couple win conditions in that category for himself. Cable has basically one win condition where he can fight telepathically. He's consistently a high level telepath, potentially could mind hacks Booster Gold, wear him down, or take him to the astral plane and beat him there. But again, I kind of lean towards Booster Gold with win conditions. I mean, if y'all want me to do a battle where I completely break down both, we can do that. But yeah, it was atrocious scaling. People often try to say to me, oh, Splash, you don't necessarily have a problem with who won, so why are you debunking it? Why do you have a problem with the video? That is like Neanderthal levels of thinking right there. So let's say you got to watch a boxing fight. I didn't get to watch it. I say, hey, who won the fight? You tell me who wins the fight. I'm like, that's crazy. How'd the fight go? How'd they get there? And you say, oh, he shot him in the neck. Oh, he stabbed him. And then I go back and I watch, and they just boxed, and it's completely different than the way you described it. You got the results right, but everything leading up to it were wrong. I would be pissed. I'd be like, dude, you misled me. You lied to me. It's dishonest. It's stupid. It's not an accurate way to go about it. That's why I care about the research put into it, because the payoff is presenting the facts for both sides, the research for both sides, and then coming to a somewhat logical conclusion for who would win if they crossed over. It will never be perfect because, there's so much information to take in, and they're different verses. However, it's not that hard to do, especially with Death Battle. They have a literal team of researchers. It shouldn't be easier for me to do this as just a dude doing this on the side than their whole team of paid researchers. That's all I'm saying. You have to get the facts right. I don't care if you get the results right. The way you got to the results has to be right. When teachers tell you to show your work, and the work they're showing is falsified. It's just not accurate at all, and the research was terrible. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I enjoyed debunking this video. As always, I try not to be hateful when I do these debunks. Their production value is always top notch, probably the best on YouTube for these categories. You got to give it to that. I don't want you guys going slamming Death Battle either. I don't think they care what you think. They don't care what I think, and that's fine. We have separate opinions. Obviously, my research is superior to them, in my opinion, because I actually did the research and I didn't blatantly cut out pieces of scans in order for context to be taken away. But yeah, anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Stay safe in these crazy quarantine times. It's been your boy Sir Splash, and I'll see y'all later. Peace.